Pros and cons of living in Liverpool. Hey folks, we're still in the port city of Liverpool. The university city in northern England deserves a million mentions. In fact, we can't exhaust all there is to discuss about this city on the Mersey River. Today, we want to speak to living in Liverpool. As desirable as living in this city is, some are still uncertain about moving to Liverpool. In this video, we want to highlight the most common among the pros and cons of living in Liverpool. The fact here is a product of the opinions of Scousers, as those living in Liverpool are fondly called. We're sure you wouldn't have a hard time considering these facts about the city when deciding on living in Liverpool. To set the ball rolling, let's begin with the pros. Before we dig too deeply, we want to inform you that we have discovered more pros than cons while sorting through all that is in the public domain regarding living in Liverpool. As you'll see, these are the most reliable among myriads of opinions about Liverpool. So come on, let's row together. 1. Diverse neighbourhood. This is perhaps the best place to begin. Liverpool stands tall as a beacon of tolerance and acceptance. Because it's a big city with not just a big heart, but an open one, it has become home to people from every tribe and race from all walks of life. Liverpool has been respected as one of Britain's most multicultural cities. It's home to the UK's oldest African community. Liverpool is where you will find Europe's largest Chinese community. The mosaic doesn't end there. This city was also the site of one of the earliest mosques in Britain. So it's religiously tolerant. All these put on the table, you're bound to find several groups of people throughout the city, thus blessing it with a diverse neighbourhood. You need to witness the city's annual Liverpool Pride and experience a love-filled extravaganza that takes over the streets. Scousers and their visitors alike join in celebrating this love in all its forms. 2. A vibrant city with a rich history. Living in Liverpool means that you'll never hear anyone complain about boredom because it can never be boring in Liverpool. This is attributable to the dizzying array of attractions and activities the city has to offer. It's such a vibrant city that you hardly can exhaust its wealth of history. Here's an appetizer. Did you know that the Beatles originated here? Now, imagine the volume of tours and landmarks that will be close to your doorstep if you move to Liverpool. Whether you're a culture vulture or a history buff, Liverpool's got you covered. Liverpool was the only English city to hold the title of the European Capital of Culture. What a truly vibrant city with a rich history. Its Museum of Liverpool is a fabulous intro to its long history. Another one is the World Museum, a must-visit repository with an attestation to the city's glorious past. 3. Good public transport. Some friends say that you'll likely need a car to live in Liverpool, but that's not exactly so. Liverpool is well connected to the country's two main cities, London and Manchester. London and Manchester have direct links to Liverpool. The train journey is super convenient between Liverpool to Manchester. The direct journey from Liverpool Lime Street to Manchester Piccadilly runs throughout the day. It's a 30-minute ride. It's similar also to the journey to London, quite easily accessible. The direct route from London Euston to Liverpool Lime Street is 2 hours plus. Thus, if as a Scouser you're headed to an important business meeting, a weekend getaway, a vacation, or simply fancy a change of scenery, either of these cities is just a train ride away. Even within the city, it's got a comprehensible public transport system. Liverpool City region is nicely connected via public transport. Mersey Rail system perfectly links most suburban areas to the city centre, such as Wirral, Chester, Southport and Liverpool Airport. 4. Good internet. This is a strong pro of living in Liverpool. The city rates among the UK's best digitally connected cities with super-fast internet. Much of the city benefits from a good level of Virgin Media with average speeds of over 1,124 megabits per second, which is obtainable and available to thousands of Scousers. The speed and availability of broadband in Liverpool are well above the United Kingdom's average. Cablecom Networking Limited even offers speeds of up to 889.10 megabits per second, while JISC Services Limited can provide services with a speed of 929.83 megabits per second. Hutchinson 3G UK Limited is also providing the city with speeds of up to 986.88 megabits per second. 5. Friendly people. Scousers are just friendly folk. Their charm isn't just a myth, it's a daily reality. Those living in the city enjoy and offer warmth that is hard to find elsewhere, thanks to the legendary friendliness of Liverpool. It's easy to take this for granted, as though it's the norm, especially if you grew up in Liverpool. But move to London and other cities and see that the friendliness of people of Liverpool is not something in people everywhere. The genuine warmth, true sense of community and unparalleled Scouse humour combine to make Liverpool a nice place to live. The city's diverse neighbourhood and vibrancy are due to the willingness of Scousers to befriend people from all parts of the world. 6. Music and nightlife. This is another great pro of living in Liverpool. Liverpudlians are never far from an exceptionally fantastic live music experience. In the 1960s, when British artists were topping the charts in the US, Liverpool was at the forefront of the British invasion era. The music culture of the city is still alive today, from pop and rock and roll to jazz and folk. Liverpool feels like it's almost constantly vibrating with melodies and rhythms at full volume. The legendary Matthew Street is a place that never misses out. It's one of Liverpool's most popping streets. It's the definition of music and nightlife in Liverpool. The legendary Cavern Club proudly sits at the forefront of Liverpool's live music scene. This is where the Beatles began their iconic entertainment journey. Cavern Club is today a mecca for music enthusiasts. It regularly showcases emerging talents alongside tribute acts. You will also love catching gigs at the Arts Club on Seal Street. It is another top pick where you might just discover the next of your favourite indie bands. How we wish we could continue to reel out the pros of living in Liverpool without having to look at any downside. Some folks have a few cogent reasons to avoid moving to the city. Now, let's see the cons of living in Liverpool. 1. Gang violence. Gang violence is a serious reason to have a rethink about living in Liverpool. In 2020, Liverpool gangs dominated the UK guns and drug trade. Some 70% of secret communications about guns and other weapons between crime gangs actually had links to Liverpool, according to police. After detectives cracked the Encro chat system, nearly 750 suspects were arrested and tons of drugs and guns were seized. More than 2 tons of drugs, several dozens of guns and £54 million in suspect cash have been seized by the officers and men of the NCA's National Firearms Threat Centre, NFTC. Gangs in Liverpool have profited from the city's geography, which has links to the sea, Ireland, Scotland and the gun capital of Manchester. 2. Poor housing. Recent experiences in the media about housing in Liverpool leave much to be desired. It has shown that homelessness isn't the only form of housing crisis in the city. It has challenges also with the poor quality of housing. We were not happy to learn about a 6-year-old girl who was nearly killed and left with devastating, life-changing injuries. She was playing in the front room of her house when a heavy marble and concrete fireplace came loose and came down on her. That is unfortunately not an isolated case. The city's housing has been identified as having the most serious Category 1 and 2 hazards. These include disrepair and excess cold that affect the health and well-being of residents. 3. Shops close too early. This is not palatable news to late shoppers. Liverpool shops close too early may be to avoid Liverpool riots trouble. We've seen days when shops shut at 6 p.m. to allow staff to make their way home safely. Thriving shops at Royal Albert Dock, Liverpool 1, Bold Street, Church Street, Lark Lane, Red Brick Market Street, John Shopping Centre and Market, Matthew Street, Lord Street and Blue Coat Display Centre have at one time or the other disappointingly closed early on days shoppers hope to pick up sorely needed items. Please, what's your take on the pros and cons of living in Liverpool as presented here? Kindly let's have your comments on this or any other aspect of this topic. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.